All right, Julie, I'm sitting on my hands so I don't make that
come on.
movement that people do sometimes when they talk about jazz.
Right. How are we going to do a story about jazz without jazz hands? Just once, Con, you ready? Okay, 20th Annual Jazz Festival. We go to the Jazz Kitchen. Where do you meet these talented artists? Got him, folks. I'm so excited. David Ali, the owner of the Jazz Kitchen.
That's
Welcome
right.
to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh, so how did it all begin?
Well, my dad's a jazz musician, jazz piano player by trade, so
Right, Steve
know,
Ali?
Steve Ali.
Yes.
So I didn't really have a whole lot of choice.
That's
it was just
funny.
kind of, part of the DNA, and that's how it came to be. But I played trumpet all through high school, and was in the jazz band, and so I dabbled myself, but decided that maybe the business side was a better
Fit.
career for me, and
yeah.
So we're actually going to be celebrating 25 years here in April.
Restaurants don't last 25 years unless there's a very good reason. and you
Well,
have
jazz.
lots of
The
good
jazz
reason.
is a good reason.
Locally, obviously Rob Dixon on saxophone is a huge influence. I go to hear him all the time, either here or at the Chatterbox. But there's so many other great musicians from here in Indy. Frank Glover on the clarinet, Sophie Fott on the saxophone. The Tucker brothers produce great music. There's so many that are inspiring. But outside of Indy, some of my favorite artists are Miguel Zanon on the saxophone, Walter Smith III on the a lot of saxophones.
A lot of saxophone.
It's one of the top jazz clubs in the world, So this is definitely a destination spot if you come to Indianapolis, It's like, people don't realize how much this place is becoming historic. And it's been around, 25 years, but it's becoming, definitely a place to go on the globe for jazz. So, like if you go to New York, you got to go to the Village Vanguard or the Blue Note. If you go to San Francisco area, you got to go to Yoshi's. If you go to LA, the Jazz Bakery.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like that kind of spot. If you get in Indianapolis and you like jazz, you got to go to the Jazz Kitchen.
What made you want to do the music of Bob Dylan?
I had really good parents when it came to giving me good music to listen to as a kid. So I grew up, at a very young age. I think the first cassette tape I had was the Beach Boys. And so I just immediately kind of fell in love with that era of rock, pop, and folk music. And it was, now that I'm, more of a jazz guitar player, it was really fun to kind of translate that into some of my favorite music. There's like culture and tradition oozing out of the walls here. Every famous jazz artist for the past, however 25 years has stopped in here. This is the jazz club where they play. So it's incredible not just to be on stage with these guys, but also to share it with everyone who's played here before.
I can't help but to keep on thinking back to when the sun used to shine on my back door.
Happy to work with people, here in Indy that really are serious about what they do. And tonight is one example with the blues side at the Jazz Kitchen
Okay.
for the Indy Jazz Fest. The way the fest is being handled now, it's like all about community, and you know, there's national acts, there's international acts, but then there are also the people here in the community that keep the jazz scene going all year round.
And there's a lot of them. Who knew?
Absolutely, Indianapolis is, the top shelf people here are, to me, as good as it gets. It might be a smaller talent pool than, New York, Chicago, et cetera, but the people that are fiercely devoted to this music really are doing it justice here in the local scene.
Thank you so much.